Hello, good evening, everybody. So it's been a minute since I've been on. I apologize for that. I was waylaid and distracted with other things, real life. Um, and I was going to actually continue with the Amber Lynn Reid story, but so much has happened with Foodie Beauty, Chantal. Her name is now, she's changed her channel now to Everyday Mariam, because she's reverted to being a Muslim and wanted to basically, start again, erase her past, her past videos. She erased a lot of those, although uh, to no avail, unfortunately. The most of the reaction channels have all of those videos and they're showing them constantly. So it's kind of like was a wasted effort in a way. But anyway, so this is just an update on her because so much has happened in the last couple of weeks. I'm just going to update those of you that were watching and haven't looked. But anyway, so where we left off with her, while she was in Canada, she'd gone home for Christmas. Um, During that time, I think she was gone like a week, and come to find out, Salah, her husband, was dallying with one of her subscribers, Kai Bella. And it was pretty gross, actually. All of the text messages came out where he was saying he wanted to poop on her and, um, take her against her will and all kinds of crazy nonsense. So Chantal had originally said that she had gone back to Canada for health reasons. She has raging diabetes. She wasn't able to get a handle on it. And healthcare in Canada is like a national health service, similar to what it is in England. You don't have to pay to go to hospitals. You do have to wait, though. And she was supposed to be looking into weight loss surgery. Well, as soon as this we never really saw that. Basically, while she was in Canada, she was shopping and eating and eating and eating all the bad things, poutines and stuff like that, really a diabetic shouldn't eat. And I don't even think she made a hospital appointment, from what I understand. But anyway, when this happened with Salah, she booked a flight and went immediately back to Kuwait. Now, when she got there, the whole apartment had changed. He basically turned it into a bachelor pad, is my belief, but he kind of played it off like he knew she was coming back. He did it for her, but so much was done, and there's a big question mark over that, if you will. Anyway, so basically, she had forgiven him. A lot of the reaction channels were not happy about that. They felt like he was using them all along just to get into Canada. And that kind of fell through because Chantal, when you sponsor someone for Canada and England also, you have to be able to provide for them. You can't owe any money. And Chantal, unfortunately, didn't do so well with the finances. She was making up to 20 grand a month from YouTube at one point. But in any event, that kind of fell through. So she decided, okay, she's going to live in Kuwait. Now, as I've said before on previous videos, I thought it was a terrible decision to go back to Kuwait and not get her health under control, her eating under control, drop some weight, go to a clinic. And, I said that in my last videos. Anyway, so she gets back to Kuwait and begins another journey, a weight loss journey. This particular weight loss journey, she had decided she was going to walk 3K steps. She bought a watch, where you can count your steps and whatever. And she was determined to lose 200 pounds. And for a minute, it looked like she was trying, as far as getting out and exercising. The eating didn't stop. It didn't stop, as you're going to see in a minute. But as far as walking, she did try and get out and about a little bit. So let me play a little bit of this for you. Now, this is her 3K steps walking challenge. And basically what they were doing, is going out at night or going where there weren't people. I think she did give reasons for that. She didn't she was uncomfortable around people and whatever, which is understandable. They're going to look, they're going to stare and whatever. I think that makes her uncomfortable, but she didn't really admit to that. But I think that's part of the reason, and they go to these places where there's never anyone around. But let me play it. Oh, hold on 1 second. Let's see. Okay, now here she's just looking in the park. I was videoing her.
What does this say? Around Green Hill. So Boulevard has a lot of cafes.
Now, as you can see here, the way she's walking, that's such a strain on her back. Yeah, and what happens next? This is the reason why. The front of her is so big that she can't walk straight. She leans backwards, if you see.
The mall, restaurants, a lake. I like the weather tonight too. Restarting is always hard, but you got to do it. Even though I haven't walked for a few days, I still have better stamina than months ago. I haven't sat down yet. I'll record all the sit breaks I take.
Building your custom home is now easier than ever. And with America's Home Place, we can show you how. During our 50-year
So at this end of Boulevard, there's stadiums for sports, gym. There's a public outdoor gym and stuff.
Okay, so essentially, this is what she did when she first got back to Kuwait, and quite honestly, I thought, you know, at least she's trying. At least she's trying. The food part, not so much. She was still eating terrible, terrible food, for someone with her raging diabetes. But then what happened is she got sciatica, which is a nerve complaint, and it can be very painful. I've had it before. Generally, when I got it, it's like a pain in your butt cheek, and it goes all the way down your leg, and it can be painful. But for me, it only lasted a couple of days, and I'd massage it and whatever. It isn't good. I think I got it during pregnancy, I want to say. But it's not necessarily just linked to weight. People get it, thin people get it, fat people get it. It's not necessarily linked to weight, but because of her weight, it doesn't help, and it would have helped to lose weight, put it that way. Anyway, so let me share this. Hold on. So basically what happened here, with all her hard work, she did go out several days, trying to walk, trying to do a weight loss, try and get some exercise, if nothing else. But it defeated the purpose, because I mean, she did a 3,000 step walk, which was very good for her. But then they would go and eat crap, and so the sciatica was so bad, she basically ended up in a wheelchair. She couldn't walk. For, I want to say, 7-8 days, she was bedridden. She couldn't even get out of bed. She was streaming from her bed using an avatar, to keep up with her channel and everything. But she was in a lot of pain. She says she cried. They took her to the clinic and gave her injections, but she didn't know what the injections were exactly. So hold on a second. Okay, that was yeah. So let's play a little bit of this.
Any updates about that in full, you can watch my live stream I did tonight. It's my latest live stream, and I talked about how I went to the clinic, back to the clinic nearby to just for a follow-up, basically, and they asked me, how my pain level is, just to see that kind of thing. Well, actually, the way it works, like, I was in a wheelchair because I know a lot of people are thinking that I'm wheelchair bound now, and it depends. Like, until I am able to heal more and walk longer distances because of the injury, it's very painful. So a lot of people who have this type of injury in their back or sciatica.
I mean, the thing with this is, they gave her injections and she didn't know what they were. And basically what it was vitamin B12 shots. Personally, in my opinion, I question whether it was sciatica or diabetic neuropathy, which is a tingling, numbness in your legs. That's also painful. So it could have been maybe a combination of both. She found out later, about that it was vitamin B12, because at first You know, there was speculation it was a steroid because she was in a lot of pain.
It's debilitating. Like, it's hard to be in certain positions for a long time without it flaring up. So, like, sitting is extremely painful. It's more painful than standing. But standing is also painful. And then the thing with standing, like, if I know you're going to think like, well, if it's so painful to sit, why don't you just walk more? And I was able to walk from the car to the clinic entrance, like, go into the entrance, the administration, go see the doctor. But then there was like an emergency at the clinic, and the doctor had to like tend to that because it was later at night. And so we would be standing around and sitting around for a while, and then we had to move to a place in the clinic that was far away. So yeah, I had help with a wheelchair for that. And when I go to the clinic, depending, I find that if I stand too long, then my leg gets a lot of weakness. So
Okay, so this went on for, I want to say, 7 to 8 days. She had to go back to the clinic, I think, every other day. And she was basically laid up in bed. She couldn't move. You know, getting up to go to the bathroom was painful. Everything was painful. And but she still continued to eat the same foods. Anyway, oh gosh, I don't even know what to say, honestly. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, we were going to do, this was called a shocking weigh-in. And so I think essentially what happened here was she had been, let me share this again. Yeah, she had been, let me see if she does the weigh-in. Let me see where it is. Oh, okay, it's back here. All right, let me move it along. All right.
this place cooks it. For chicken legs and dark meat, I find that if it's cooked like almost burnt or burnt.
Okay, before she goes any further, the only thing I see here, and even that's not healthy, is this salad. I mean, it's filled with croutons. Chantal is known to love her dressings, sauces with everything, and she generally douses her salads and stuff with loads of dressing, loads of sauces. So I dread to think what this salad is. I believe that's yogurt there on the side, French fries, hummus, which is very fattening. It's chickpeas, olive oil, butter. I mean, oh my God, and look at the size of that. And look at the size of the chicken. I mean, the chicken's a good thing, but not with all that skin, you know, and she likes all of it. You know, this particular meal was a good one for her, but it gets worse.
Pretty much like burnt a bit, like, so that it's not, I don't know.
Let's move it along. Okay.
Much have like every food group in one, and I really enjoy those. And when I'm able to like make things on my own again, I think I'll get the ingredients to make those more regularly.
Again, I mean, she's in the kitchen cooking, and that looks like a whole bowl of French fries. I mean, you know, someone with her blood sugar levels, French fries are out, you know. And it's not even that. I think I said in the last video, you know, it's not, it's very difficult to, you know, I don't necessarily agree in cutting out food groups, but it's the portion size. The portions are massive. You know, even if you eat a small portion, because of her blood sugar numbers, no, she shouldn't be eating it at all. But you know, okay, if you're going to have some, just have a few. But no, that's not Chantal.
So then every day I've been having an avocado smoothie with honey and pistachios.
Oh my God! See, this is the worst thing she could be eating. I mean, it sounds healthy, but it's not. This is full of fat, honey, sugar again, pistachios, which aren't too bad, but they're still pretty fattening. But I would hazard to guess this smoothie has to be 500-600 calories minimum, and God knows what the sugar is.
This is a very common drink here at juice stations. They're called avocado juice with nuts and honey. And when I first came to Kuwait, Salah introduced me to those. He was having one, and he said, "You want to try a sip?" And I said, "What? Avocado smoothie? Ew." Because avocados, I'm very finicky on them. I don't know how some people.
Let's move it along. Hang on, I'm trying to see the weigh-in.
I went back to the doctor today.
Big dental bills can
Yeah,
often
man,
come as a
we
shock,
gotta.
but there's an affordable solution. Dental insurance.
Chantal has a lot of.
Okay, so if you want to know any updates about that in full, you can watch my live stream. I
Oh,
did
okay, we saw that. I was trying to see if.
2 minutes.
Hang on, let me see where she does the weigh-in.
I weigh 155 kg, which is a huge drop. That's 300.
Now, I'm sorry. There is no way she's 345 pounds. No way. I would say 4+ at this point. And this is the problem, and this is why she gets a lot of reaction channels. There must be like 10, 11, 12 devoted to her. And this is why, because even though she's showing the scale here, back in Canada, she would do that, but she would manipulate the scale. So she's been accused of that, manipulating the scale. And, just by looking at her, there's no way she's 345 pounds at this point. No way. She was that in Canada, and you can tell the difference if the reaction channels have all the Canadian videos and they play them all the time, and you can see the difference in her weight. And she was 340, 320, 330, round about there then. So that's why these people get annoyed with her. Anyway, moving on. So basically what happens is she ends up in bed for about 7-8 days, and she starts to get a little better. She still can't really do too much, housework, stuff like that. She says Salah is helping her. But, I just want to show you some of the stuff that she's been eating since, and it's insane. Okay, now. Okay. Now, what's in front of Chantal here is pâté chinois, which is Canadian shepherd's pie. They were questioning shepherd's pie. Now, we always, I've done it on my other channel. I've shown you how we make shepherd's pie in England, and it's similar, but not quite to this. It's the hamburger and whatever, but the way they do it, they cook the hamburger, gravy and whatever, and then they put creamed corn over the top, and then mashed potatoes, and then she put like a whole crap load of cheese. I mean, a crap load of cheese. Let me see. Yeah, look at this. Hang on. Yeah. I mean, I do mine that way now, but in England, as I said, when I was making mine, we would have the shepherd's pie, but we wouldn't put the cheese and just bake it in the oven. But this is a ton of cheese. Oh, and this is the creamed corn. She made the creamed corn herself, heavy cream, whatever, and the hamburger. Now, let's get to it. Now, not only on this plate is the pâté chinois, she's got Brussels sprouts, which are okay. She air fried them, and I've no doubt she smothered them in butter. And white bread, with a thick layer of butter on it, you know. And then to the right here, she's got full fat Coca-Cola. Well, it's not, you know, regular Coke. It's the Kuwaiti version. And ketchup. She smothers everything in ketchup. So let's listen to a little bit of this.
Another video. Let me just fix my tablecloth, plastic cloth here. So I'm so excited to eat this with you guys. Julia is too. She's up here. This is a staple in French Canadian cuisine. It's called pâté chinois, which translates to Chinese pie. So you know how you have, it's kind of like the French Canadian take on shepherd's pie or cottage pie. I usually just call it shepherd's pie, but yeah, the French is pâté chinois. All right, so I have a diet cola.
Oh, it's the diet one. Okay, well, that makes everything better.
Saudi Arabia,
I thought it was full
brand. And I have some ketchup. I put ketchup on mine. In my opinion, that's the true Canadian way.
No. Oh my God.
But
Chantal.
I do. So, Bismillah.
And
I have some Brussels sprouts in the air fryer with a bit of butter, salt, and pepper, and some buttered bread. You have to have white bread with butter with these. Let's try these Brussels sprouts. I love Brussels sprouts.
So do I.
They're sweet. And they're so good. I've been seriously craving this for so long. Mix it all around.
No.
It's cheesy. Put that mozzarella on there. Now, I just added the cheese, but the traditional recipe, apparently there's like an author who wrote a story about pâté chinois and how it's like mysterious. I know, same shirt, different video. I'm not I'm not putting two outfits on for the same day. I won't do. Unless I don't want you to think it's the same day. Anyway, hot. Pâté chinois or shepherd's pie is like scalding hot for like an hour after it comes out. Not bad. That really takes me back.
No.
Growing up.
Oh my God.
Because I have a lot of newcomers. So I grew up I'm Canadian, born and raised, and I was born in a small town called Cornwall. From growing up. My grandmother made it.
See, here's the problem as well. Now, that portion that she's got in front of her actually doesn't look that bad. I mean, she could have lost the bread. There's already carbs with the potatoes, so you don't need bread with it, especially, you know, being a diabetic the way she is. But this is deceiving. She made a whole great big pot of this. Now, Salah didn't eat this. She, you know, what she's eating, and this is what the reaction channels get annoyed about, what she's eating there is really not what she's eating. Like, she'll eat that, and when she gets off camera, she'll probably go and polish off the rest of the pie. You know, and she knows she does this. I mean, she says, you know, she has a binge eating disorder, so that's part of the disorder. But that's what, you know, she gets a lot of reaction because of that. Now, this is one in particular. Another thing is what happens when she eats, she barely chews. Apparently, she's had a couple of mishaps on here. She almost choked on noodles and almost died behind not chewing a potato properly. You know, she doesn't chew. She polishes off everything very, very quickly. And that's part of the problem too. You know, she needs to slow down and chew and, you know, take her time with it. But I guess she must get so hungry that, you know, she just wants to wolf it down. I don't know. But this is just one meal. That's the pâté chinois. But, Oof, it's not something she should be eating at all. Next one. This one kind of, oh God, I couldn't believe it. Because what had happened is as well, Chantel got tired of everybody getting on her about what she was eating, the different weight loss journeys. For example, before the sciatica hit, and she was walking and she was trying to get out. She seemed to be doing pretty well, but not with the food. She was still eating what she's eating now, and I think she got tired of that. So she did a video and basically said, she's changing her life. She's going to go private. She's not going to discuss her weight anymore. She's not going to discuss her health anymore. That's the end of it. She's going to, basically eat what she wants. Well, right as she's eating this, basically what she says is, I'm not doing takeout, I'm doing homemade. And again, homemade is not always good. Like I said, I was raised on homemade food. We didn't really get takeout, but it's not always the best. And this definitely isn't. I mean, someone with her raging diabetes, her health issues, she's got kidney issues, she's had blood clots on her lungs, her legs hurt her, they're all swollen. She's got, she's going to end up with lymphedema if she doesn't have it already. She can barely walk. She's dragging her foot when she does walk. And this meal here is just diabolical.
Okay. And some parm, of course. So I'm going to put parm on.
Oh my God, is that enough?
Bismillah. I need some water. It is so hot in the kitchen with the door closed when I'm cooking. Oh, that was noisy.
And what Chantel doesn't seem to realize is, or maybe she does, and she's just not saying it, she constantly has these giant bottles of water. She's constantly thirsty. That's the diabetes as well. I mean, she says it's hot, etc. But no, she drinks like these big bottles of water every day, along with sodas and other crap. But that soda, it was kind of funny. A lot of people do this. They'll go, a lot of morbidly obese people that order like massive amounts of food, let's say from takeout, and then they'll order a diet soda. Like that's gonna, that counteracts what the burger, the fries, the chicken nuggets, the this, the that. You know what I mean? But anyway.
I have to use both hands for this huge bottle. All right, I'm so hungry. Let's dig in. I want to try this Alfredo. I haven't had Alfredo and it feels like forever. It was forever. It has been forever.
She did make this herself. Heavy cream, butter.
Take some bites here.
She made a roux. She did make this herself, but it's the last thing she should be eating. 1, 2, 3. 3 chews.
Honestly.
3 chews.
The best Alfredo sauce I've ever tasted. Wow. I like it garlicky. If you don't like a lot of garlic, just use less. I used 4 cloves. So creamy.
Oh my God.
Hot.
And this fried chicken, oh my God. I mean, I don't know what to say here. We'll watch a little more.
Ooh, that's spicy. The wings are just, these chicken legs are just like from a box, frozen. So, they come 8 in a box.
See, that's the last thing she should be eating. I mean, she could have bought some chicken legs and baked them in the oven, used half and half instead of full. You know, I'm not saying don't have certain things, but look at the size of this. You know, I would say a quarter of that, maybe. But the chicken, definitely not. She shouldn't be having any of this, frankly. What am I talking about?
I love parm cheese.
The worst thing. Oh God, not more.
Now, I told this story before,
Oh,
I think in a live
God.
stream. There's some newcomers, a lot of newcomers, so I want to welcome you to my channel. Please don't be afraid to speak up in my comments.
And that's the problem. When people do speak up in the comments, she blocks them, calls them losers, and you know, if it's something that she doesn't agree with. I've seen, you know, some of her comments, and they're not being rude, you know, they're just saying, you know, trying to give her advice and whatever, and, you know, try this, try that, and she just gets angry. Anyway, let's move it along a little bit. We don't need to hear all that.
Here's one thing you need to do before you buy anything online.
A lot of
don't spend another dime on Amazon.
A lot of commercials.
Just some things for the home. So we went to this market, this store. It's like a
okay, this is an unnecessary story, really, but I guess it's filler for her. You know, she likes to tell little stories. Basically, in a nutshell, they're in this store, and in Kuwait or most Middle Eastern countries, you don't burp, fart, or any of that in public. You know, now Chantal has been known for farting, you know, past herself, basically, in Canada. I mean, there are videos of her where she does nothing but fart constantly, burp, big loud burps. And so this must have been difficult for her not to do that in Kuwait. However, when she gets to they're in a store, and she said there were a lot of people, which I find a bit questionable, because she doesn't like to be around a lot of people, because they are going to look, you know, and stare, and I think that makes her uncomfortable. But anyway, she apparently let out, she said it was a hiccup that kind of sounded like a big burp, and everybody looked round, even Salah, and she felt so embarrassed. So that was that story. Anyway, in the meantime, what's been going on is Chantal, let me see how many subs she has. Let's have a look. I don't know if it'll tell it. Okay, right now Chantal has 101k subscribers, and what had happened is right before this particular video, Chantal was at, I think she needed 900 subscribers to get to 100,000, because she wanted the plaque, you know, the plaque they give you at 100,000 subscribers. So people, some of the reaction channels are saying that's not, you know, she's not going to get one anyway, because she has had a channel taken down before. I'm not quite sure why. It was something that she had said, I don't know, but she lost her channel for a hot minute. And so during that time, she was on other platforms. I think she went to Patreon. They banned her off of there. I'm not sure why again. I think she's on Twitter at the moment. And there was another platform she was on, Twitch, I think. And I think she was banned from there. I don't know why they're banning her. I don't know if it's to do with the overeating. You know, what a lot of the reaction channels are saying on YouTube, you know, this isn't healthy. It's not a good example to show people, you know, and that could be the reason. I'm not sure. But anyway, what Chantal did was she changed her channel from Foodie Beauty got rid of that, got rid of all the old videos that she had on there where she was, you know, getting high, and, you know, when she was with Nada, and the crying videos and the crazy videos, she got rid of those. And now she's everyday Mariam. And, you know, she says she prays, she, you know, is a good Muslim. Well, I personally really question that, because, you know, a lot of the reaction channels, once again, she basically became a Muslim for Salah and to be in Kuwait. It's not that her heart's really in it. And how we know that's true is because in December, she went home to Canada. She said it was for her health, and people are saying that's not the case, that her and Salah are not actually legally married. In Kuwait, you cannot live together. So there was a ceremony, but there's also a thing where you can be married for a short period of time. I think you pay X amount of money. It's something to that effect. So right now, people are unsure. Are they married? Are they not married? The majority think they are not, because they got married on she went there on a visitor's visa. But the thing is, when you marry someone that's a Kuwaiti, you know, Salah is from Syria, but I believe he was born or brought to Kuwait, you know, as a young child, and he's been there most of his life. He's got an ideal, this and that. So once you're married to somebody like that, then you don't have to leave the country for 2 years. It's every 2 years until, you know, in the end you're there long enough, and then they give you, you know, the equivalent of a green card, I guess, or you become a citizen. I'm not sure how it works over there, but you know, a lot of people think that it's bullshit. You know, I don't know. I really wouldn't know, but you know, that's another issue with people. And so when she went to Canada, she said she missed her family. She was going for Christmas, as well as getting her health taken care of. She was going to be there a while because she was going to do the weight loss surgery, this, that, and third, and she didn't do any of that. And when she found out about Salah and Kaibela, she was in her car and she was ranting and raving and screaming. And she said, literally, I don't believe in anything. Why am I wearing this jihad? I don't even know why I'm wearing this. You know, and the thing is, if she had truly converted, and during this time, before she went to Canada, she took the Shahada. Now, the Shahada is where you go in, you repeat some Arabic, you know, Islamic words, and now you're a Muslim. You know, they give you a piece of paper, I believe. You know, and I've said this before, that's not really how it works. You know, you should study. There are schools you can go to study it. Her Arabic is limited to food. You know, that's not really how it works. But once you take the Shahada, that means that you're starting anew. You're a new person. Whatever you did before, that's all gone. You know, you're starting as a new person. And unfortunately, Chantal just kind of remained the same. And after she took the Shahada, she had gotten an argument with one of Salah's friends, Allah, and she cussed out his wife. And, you know, a real good Muslim wouldn't do that. And she's done a lot of things, you know, against the religion. Even eating like this, gluttony is haram. It's against the religion. So, and when she was in that car that day, and my thing is, if you were truly in your heart, you know, you've changed to be a Muslim, whether Salah cheated or not, that wouldn't have anything to do with your religion, would it? Anyway, so yeah, this is what's been going on. So today, I'm bringing you up to date. So today, essentially, you know, what I've noticed you know, and I've watched a few of her shows. So this is today's video. Now, what I've noticed with her, she's getting bigger, obviously. Her skin, it looks like serious rosacea going on. She does use heavy filters, apparently. I don't know. I'm not quite sure. She says that, I think she said there aren't any today, but you can kind of, I don't know. Her skin is very red and blotchy. She kind of looks grey. Getting up is a struggle. Doing anything is a struggle. But she's at her happiest when she receives this food. So we'll just.
Can we just not, please? You can say, "Oh yeah, that's a really huge meal. Too many portions." Yada yada.
Yeah. So why she's saying that is because she went to Applebee's, and hold on, I think she's going to hold the bag up in a minute. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of food there. The soup is like the starter, so she starts with that.
Yada yada.
Here we go with the commercials.
But don't say.
Anyway, before we get to this, I completely lost track of what I was saying earlier. What Chantal did to bring herself up to 100,000, she decided to go into a Muslim chat, and this channel, the lady's name was Takat, and I think Takat had maybe 30,000 subscribers, something like that. But the actual live Takat was doing wasn't like a huge live. There weren't like a whole bunch of people in there. However, Chantal sent like a little super chat, and Takat went wild. Oh, Mariam, because she thought, you know, Chantal was a total Muslim, you know, and Chantal asked, would they sub to her because she's trying to get to 100,000? So Takat got all her subscribers to go over and sub to Chantal and brought her up to over 100,000 subscribers. Well, what happened, a lot of the reaction channels did not like that, and because they felt it was cheating. Chantal even said she did it sub for sub. You know, some people do that. They'll go to other channels. You know, you get your people sub to me, I'll get mine to sub to you. A sub for sub thing, which, you know, other creators think that's cheating, and so they're see what Chantal doesn't realize. I thought it was a huge mistake doing that, because these are devout Muslim women in these chats. And what happened is, of course, people went over there. Some of them do speak English. You know, the channel was in Arabic, but a lot of them speak English. And before you know it, the very next day, Takat was attacked. And her very next live, she said, curse you, Mariam! Curse you, Mariam! You know, she told everybody to unsubscribe to her. That brought Chantal's subscribers down again. Right on this particular video, it's saying she's got 101, and that's today. So maybe they went up again. I don't know whether she'll get the plaque or not. I don't know, but since then she just seems really down. The thing is, she sits in this apartment all day long. She sleeps. She says she has serious depression. It's no way to live. And I think Salah, I don't know if she's got a key yet, but he used to lock her in. I don't know if she's locked in, you know, and she doesn't really want to go anywhere or do anything.
Something it's not. Thanks. No. All right. So I have their creamy broccoli soup. Yum. Let's try this. Bismillah. Oh my gosh, it has like huge broccoli chunks. Yum. Garlic toast, I'm guessing.
Now that's broccoli and cheese soup, and look how thick that cheese is. They're creamy soup. It's cheese. Chantal, you cannot eat that. Well, you are eating it, but I'm telling you what, I don't know. Okay, let's see what else is on here. Let's move it along.
Hard.
Yeah, she constantly has this any bread. You know, I don't know what the hell that is there. What is that?
Let me do a thumbnail.
Oh, we've got the rice, we've got the bread.
What is this?
I don't know what's over there on the side. Looks like burritos. I don't know. Anyway, in a nutshell, what's happening is Chantal, the name of this is, as you see, is I have a huge announcement, and she's going back to Canada. I think that's the best decision she could have ever made. The reaction channels feel that it's a visa run again, because what's happening is every 3 months, Chantal has to go somewhere. And I personally think it's probably to renew her visa. She's saying it's for her health, that she's depressed. She slept most of the day. Basically, she sleeps, eats, goes back to bed, sleeps, eats, doesn't do anything, doesn't want to go out, you know, and is very clinically depressed. So I think it's the best decision she could possibly have made to go back to Canada and try and get her health in check, if that's why she's going. A lot of people don't believe it. They think it's a visa run. It's her birthday coming up. Some people say she's going for a birthday and etc. But it is, the visa run really isn't necessary until next month, around the 10th of April. But she's kind of making noises now. So that's why a lot of people think it's a visa run. I truly hope it isn't. I hope she goes and seriously gets her blood sugar under control. Again, it wasn't that long ago. It's a 13-hour flight back to Canada. That's a long flight. You know, the last flight coming back to Kuwait, it took her several days to recover from that. You know, she's going to have to get 2 seats. She cannot fit in one. It's going to be an uncomfortable, nightmarish journey. And if it's just for a visa run, if that's what it is, go to Dubai. Dubai's right next door. Europe is closer than Canada. You know, the problem is, though, I guess she's going to have to go to an English-speaking country. Last time they went to Thailand, but Salah went with her. And now that she's not making the money that she used to make. So that's an issue. Right now, YouTube is her job, and that's how she makes money, you know, and that's gone down. She's lost a lot of subscribers, but looking at it today, it looks like she's gained them back. So, you know, I guess we'll see, but I think it's the best decision, and I hope she's going to go and get her health in order, because if she's not, she's going to end up dying there. You know, she's going to, she doesn't go out, she sleeps all day, eats, goes back to bed, gets up, does a live, you know, shows her eating and goes back to bed. And, you know, how long is that going to go on for? And I'm not sure. Someone was saying that she wasn't taking her medication. I think she is. I think she mentioned it. You know, I hope so. I truly hope she is. But the medication is going to stop working, you know, if you're going to continue eating like this. Anyway, so this is today. She's going back to Canada. Others speculate as well there's something going on with Salah. You know, he's never there, or she'll say he's there, or he's asleep. They never eat together. Oh, he ate earlier. It's just very sketchy and very, very weird what's going on. And she hasn't looked happy in weeks. You know, every so often she'll get a bit hyper and a bit manic, and she appears happy, but she isn't, you know. And today she looks especially miserable. So I don't know what's going on there, but quite honestly, I think Canada is the best place for her. I hope that she gets her health under control and takes advantage of what they can do for her as opposed to Kuwait, because at least you won't have to pay for it, you know, in Canada. Kuwait can be expensive medical wise, not everything, you know, but in Chantal's case, if she's even thinking about weight loss surgery or even thinking about losing weight, I think she'd have a better chance of doing that in Canada. But whether she will or not, the other temptations that are there, poutines, all the fast food joints, you know, it's going to be hard to tell. But anyway, so we'll keep updated with Chantal. Now, tomorrow I'm going to be doing, I'm going to have a guest on, Denise McClelland. Her daughter Aaliyah Denise Fields was murdered. And I did a show on it on my other channel. I've put the original show that I did, bringing everybody up to date, in my community page. So if you want to watch that, I'm going to be doing a show with Denise. She's going to update us on what's been going on. And that'll probably be on Wednesday. And then we'll get to Amber Lynn Reid. Anyway, everybody take care and have a good night.